Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, the channel that's all about the art of being ill. My name is Caroline and today I have 3 stories from the pharmacy about people who did not exactly use their medicine in the right way. As some of you might know, I'm a pharmacy technician and I used to work in a pharmacy. And I have so many stories from my time in the pharmacy that are hilarious but also very terrifying. And today I'm going to share 3 of those with you. And these 3 stories are very funny but also a little bit terrifying, how people can misunderstand so badly how to use their medicine. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also go follow me on my Instagram, The Art of Being Ill. This first story was actually my colleague who had this experience. She had a customer in her 50s and this customer came to pick up estradiol, and I'm not sure I'm saying that right in English, but the hormone estradiol. Anyways, this particular type of estradiol was meant to work locally. So it is supposed to be inserted. It's a little tablet that's inserted in the vagina. It's pretty important for the story. So she picks up these tablets and my colleague asks, as we do as pharmacy technicians, she asks, how is it going? Is this working for you? Do you find it easy to use? Blah, 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 blah. And now before I tell you this customer's answer to that, it's really important for the story that you know that the way you insert this tablet is by an insertion sleeve that is kind of looks like a tampon but is just longer and thinner. And then when you have inserted the tablet, you kind of push at the bottom just like you would a tampon, and then you take the insertion sleeve out. So the customer answers her that it was working, but it was uncomfortable. And my colleague got a little bit confused because, you know, once the tablet is up there, you're not supposed to feel it. So she starts to ask how she's using this. And the customer says that she obviously put in the insertion sleeve and leave it there. She didn't take out the insertion sleeve until the next time, you know, when she needed a new tablet. So she was walking around with the insertion sleeve all the time. And let's face it, yes, that must be incredibly uncomfortable. My colleague had a little bit of a hard time, you know, keeping her face straight, but, you know, as the pro she is, she obviously explained you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to leave the tablet up there and take out the insertion sleeve. What I don't understand about this is this insertion sleeve it's made of plastic. Like, I mean, how can you even get the idea that you're not supposed to take it out? Is it just me, or does that just seem like incredibly illogical that you would take it back out? Also, I kind of hope she never used a tampon. If she leaves the insertion sleeve up there. What this story also tells me is that not a lot of people actually read the package leaflet. Because if she had read it, she would have seen the section about how to use it. And she would not have made this mistake. But a lot of people, they don't read them before they start using their medicine. The second story was myself who had this experience. I had a woman who were to pick up her asthma medicine. And again, we always ask, or we should anyway, not everybody does, but I always asked how it was going. You know, it was only her second time picking this particular medicine up, so it was a relatively new thing for her. So I asked her, how's it going? Do you feel like it has an effect? Does it work for you? And she says, no, but the doctor tells me to keep taking it. Okay, now asthma medicine is, as many of you probably know, it's like a spray you inhale. And so I thought, my first thought was she might be doing this wrong and therefore not getting the effect. So I asked her how she takes it and how often she takes it, and I asked all these questions. It turns out she doesn't take it every day. She only took it when she had an asthma attack. And now there are medicines for asthma that you're supposed to take when you have an asthma attack. But this particular asthma medicine was for prevention. So you had to take it once a day, around the same time every day, and for a couple of days before it started to have an effect. Now, I explained this to her and say that's probably why you have no effect of it, because it's not supposed to be used during the attack. You're supposed to take it every single day at the same time every day and then prevent asthma attacks. She refused to do that. She literally refused to do that. The reason she refused was because it's not good to take too much medicine. I remember thinking, and let me make this clear, I was thinking this, I did not say it out loud, but I was thinking, sweetheart, right now you are taking medicine for no reason at all because it doesn't work when you take it the way you do. So isn't that worse than taking medicine every day and then it actually has an effect? I obviously said that to her in a more professional, diplomatic way, but she didn't listen. And we experience that a lot in the pharmacies, that they don't listen to us because for some reason we don't know what we're talking about. I saved this story for last because it is definitely the most fun, but also the most terrifying story ever in my time in the pharmacy. This was also a colleague of mine. He had this customer, a male, who came in to pick up his asthma medicine, again, asthma. And my colleague, as always, as you probably learned from this video, but he asked him how it was going, and he said it was rather uncomfortable to take it and it actually kind of hurt. And my colleague got a little bit confused because uncomfortable, okay, maybe you don't like the feeling of, the spray coming into your mouth and you inhale. Maybe you find that whole process of taking asthma medicine uncomfortable, but it's not supposed to hurt. Like, he couldn't really figure out how that could hurt. So he asked the customer if he mind explaining to him how he uses it because he got a little confused. It shouldn't hurt. And the customer didn't mind explaining this. It turns out he uses his asthma medicine, a spray, in his eyes. He literally sprayed asthma medicine in his eyes. My colleague was obviously horrified to hear this and said to the customer, why are you spraying it into your eyes? And he said, well, because it's my eye medicine. It's for my glaucoma. And my colleague was in shock and horrified, and he said to the customer, it's asthma medicine. You're not supposed to spray this in your eyes. Actually, it can damage your eyes. But this isn't even the most terrifying part about the story. The most terrifying part was that the customer did not believe my colleague. That's right, he literally didn't believe him. My colleague, who is educated in medicine, he didn't believe him. My colleague even showed him the prescription that said for asthma. And this customer just refused to believe him. It was his glaucoma medicine. It was supposed to go in the eyes, and my colleague was horrified. He was like, no, you can harm your eyes. Oh my God, don't use it for that. What do you use for asthma? Like, he was so horrified about, but this customer just refused to believe him. My colleague could not convince him that he was using asthma medicine in his eyes for glaucoma, and that it was harmful for the eyes and, you know, obviously doesn't work on glaucoma. Nothing he said could make this customer believe him. I mean, what I don't understand is, why won't you believe him? You're standing there, and a person who is a pharmacist, who is educated in medicine and how to use medicine, is telling you you're doing it not even wrong, but like, this couldn't be more wrong. Like, there is nothing that could be more wrong in the way he used it, and he's even using it harmfully. And he doesn't believe him. Like, so my colleague ended up saying to him, you know what, I can't change your mind, but you need to call your eye doctor and tell him what you're using in your eyes. Because the eye doctor will fall off his chair. We never found out if the customer ever learned the truth. But I really, really hope that this person actually contacted the eye doctor, or maybe was just one of those really stubborn people who won't admit that they were wrong. Because if the glaucoma was not going to get him blind, the spraying asthma medicine in his eyes probably would. So, yeah. So the moral of the story could definitely be, listen to the pharmacy technician and the pharmacist. They actually know what they're talking about. They are actually educated in the field. Believe them. So everyone, that was today's video. I hope you really liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me. It would help me so, so much. So please go do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also you can go follow me on my Instagram, The Art of Being Ill, and have a blessed rest of the day. And I will see you next time right here on my channel, The Art of Being Ill.